is coming undone. Imperial flags reign across the galaxy.
Can you be trusted without your shackles?
Let's just get this over with, shall we?
We've a mission for you. A major weapons test is imminent. We need to know how to destroy it.
If you're really doing this, I want to help.
Good.
Good. I've been recruiting for the rebellion for a long time.
We destroyed our home. I fight the Empire now.
I fear nothing. All is as the Force wills it.
The captain says you are a friend. I will not kill you.
Thanks. There isn't much time. Every day they grow stronger.
There is a 97.6% chance of failure.
He means well.
This is our chance to make a real difference. Are you with me?
All the way.
You didn't see anything. I swear to God. Yeah, you know what I was working on. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. I am Zach, your host here on the Yo Bro Nation YouTube channel, and this is your review for Star Wars Story Rogue One. Rogue One, a Star Wars story. That's what it is. Rogue One is the story about the group of rebel individuals who went on the Death Star, stole the Death Star plans and gave it to the Rebel Alliance. That is what this whole thing is about. Now, you know, going back and watching A New Hope and reading that little tidbit, it was always intriguing. It was always like, oh, yeah, you know, that's interesting. You know, wonder what that was like. And for this to be the first spin-off movie that they did, I thought was brilliant. You know, they were throwing out a Yoda movie, a Obi-Wan movie, which I would be interested in seeing, but this to me was the best possibility that they could have had. Honest to God. I think this was a great idea. Seeing how the Rebel Alliance was able to get their hands on the Death Star plans was a great concept. And out of all of the new movies that have come out for Star Wars since the merger between Lucasfilm and Disney, this is the one I've probably watched the most. It's definitely the most intriguing story because it's not about a certain character that we've already seen and already followed. It's about a whole new cast of characters. Speaking of the new cast of characters, this cast is amazing. You got Felicity Jones as Jyn Erso, Diego Luna playing Cassian Andor, which I'm totally wanting to see that show. Alan Tudyk doing the voice of K2SO, who is by far my favorite character. You get Rook, you get Chirrut, you get Mads Mikkelsen playing Krennic. Mads Mikkelsen's in this movie. Forrest Whitaker, Saw Gerrera. Hell, Jimmy Schmitz comes back to play Bail Organa. You even see freaking Mon Mothra in this movie. James Earl Jones reprises the voice of Darth Vader because Darth Vader's in this movie. Darth Vader is scary. This movie, the ones who are in this that are part of this Rebel Alliance are great. You know, Baze, you know, this group who are put together to go get these plans is awesome. So you got Jyn Erso. Her dad, Galen, is the one who... Galen Erso, who's played by Matt Mikkelsen. He's the one who's been creating the Death Star plans. He, left when she was a kid. The Empire killed her killed her mother in front of her. She was put into hiding, so Saw Gerrera took her. And if you've seen Clone Wars, you know who Saw Gerrera is. So that's interesting, right? So he's raised her. She's in and out of trouble. She gets taken by the rebels, who tell her, you can help us, or we can do something worse to you. And she ends up helping them. Cassian Andor, he's a spy for the rebels, so he's the one who ends up taking her in. He's helping her. Rook ends up being someone who's defecting from the rebels. He helps. Meanwhile, you got Krennic, who I would think is just a step below Tarkin, maybe, on the totem pole. He's the one who's in charge of making sure that the Death Star plans are stayed safe, that this is getting done. It is a really interesting story. It really, really is. The end of the movie, they end up on Scarif and having this big fight at the end. Vader, one scene I want to talk about is at the end of the movie. Vader coming in right after the Death Star plans were taken and fucking up some rebels. Like, my God, Vader in this movie is so damn awesome. Just awesome. The whole movie's good, and I don't want to spoil anything because this movie is just, it's genuinely just that good of a movie. Like, K2SO, my favorite character. Jyn Erso and Cassian Andor, all of these characters are so interesting. And I genuinely enjoyed being around these individuals and seeing them and their interactions and seeing how they got from point A to point B. Just the thought, just the story of these Death Star plans being taken are great. You get some name drops throughout the movie, people talking about Jedi, and you go to where I believe there was a Jedi temple. But it's just, man, there's an Easter egg with the ship from Rebels. It's on one of the planets they end up on in this movie. One of the cool parts is when you first see that, how the Death Star, like the first time they test the Death Star and its capabilities of destroying a planet, seeing what that looked like up close was the stuff of nightmares. But at the same time, it's really kind of like, oh man, this is hell yeah. Obviously, these group of individuals, they don't get along great at first. Cassian has a hard time trusting anybody. And he's one of the most intriguing characters. Like, there's not a bad character in this movie that I'm like, eh. Krennic could kind of be a little bit too much at times. He's definitely the type of very self-entitled. Like, he even tries to test Vader, when he goes to Vader to tell him what's going on. And Vader's like, bitch. Drops him like he's not even important. But I love this cast. I love this story. Yes, this movie does end not on a high note. You do get some de-aging, deep fake stuff for Leia in this movie at the end of the movie, so you do see her. But one of the most interesting parts, and I mentioned this when I was talking about episode 3 a couple weeks ago, how, it was at one point, you end this, now you know where you're going from here. This movie literally ends minutes before the beginning of episode 4. Literally within minutes. And that is the really intriguing part. Like, you now know when they say, that opening crawl, a group of the Rebel Alliance, came through and they stole the Death Star plans. You know exactly what just went down and how that happened. And to me, that is the most intriguing part about the entire movie, is just seeing how that plays out. To me, out of all the new movies, without a doubt, Rogue One is my favorite of all the new movies. From the cast to the story, and that's even with it being rewritten, with them having to do a bunch of reshoots. This movie still came out wonderful and was definitely a damn good, enjoyable movie. That is for sure. I want to switch gears real quick. I announced a few weeks ago a t-shirt line coming out that me and Susie wanted to do for a friend of ours, Ambi, and her family. Ambi was diagnosed with cancer. So we decided to do a couple things. First off, as you're seeing here, the Hope for Ambi special sale. For a limited time, all the proceeds of this are going to the family. You go to teepublic.com/YoBroNation. Of course, if you love Star Wars, we do have a Star Wars themed Hope for Ambi t-shirt. Also, we got a Frozen one. We have a nice little, I don't know what to call it, but it's a cool little shirt. Perhaps more designs will come, but all the proceeds for these shirts are going to the family so she can help take care of her kids, or she can, help pay medical bills. But on top of that, we also have a GoFundMe page that is going to be linked down in the description below. You guys can go donate $1, you can donate $5, $20, whatever you feel like you want to donate, if anything at all. None of this is, obligated. This is just something that I'm wanting to do for the family that I think is important, that I just want the family to be able to have some help. That's what all this stuff is for. If you can't help, just hit the like button, share the video. I do have the link to that video probably somewhere. It's probably going to pop up on the iCard, or it's going to be at the end of this video for the next video. So you guys can go there, you guys can look at the video, and just help out. Share that video to your friends, get it circulated so that they can, so that way they can get the help that they need as a family. But that's going to be it for me, guys. Tell me what you guys thought about this movie in the description or in the comments down below. What is your favorite new movie of the Star Wars saga? Let me know. I'd love to hear your opinions. Maybe we can discuss it on a future video. But until then, I am Zach. And remember, stay safe, stay healthy, and above all else, join the nation. I'll talk to you guys later.